Baseball, America's pastime. But something here doesn't feel right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MLB The Show 2024. It's me, Sharky Boy Gaming, and we have been transported to an alternate universe where there is a new MLB commissioner, and they have decided that the Houston Astros need to be punished for what they did in 2017. So they have been kicked from the league. And as you can see here, we have a new team. This is the Austin Roosters. To keep the team in Texas and pay a little homage to one of my favorite media companies growing up, Rooster Teeth. So we got the Austin Roosters. I did not make this logo. I will be flashing the logo and this specific person who created this specific logo right now. So thank you to that person for making this logo. I was looking at it and this is the one I liked. So thank you. But yes, we are an alternate universe. We have a whole custom team with custom players, but not a custom stadium because I will be honest, as amazing and as talented as the Create Stadium community is in this game, I just feel like gameplay wise, it is super easy to get offense, specifically home runs in Created Stadium. So unfortunately, we will not be using a Created Stadium. We'll be using the old Texas Rangers Stadium, but I will show some of my favorite stadiums and hopefully the name of who created them on the screen now for you guys to see. These are just some of my favorites. There's a whole bunch more in this game. And yeah, so we're going to be playing this for 10 seasons. We're going to do 10 seasons with this team to see how many maybe championships we can win or how many times we can playoffs. And this will be a first in this universe's MLB. This will be a co-ed team. There are male and females on this team because if you did not know, you can create female players now in MLB 24 the show. So I did. And let's go look at those players right now. First, we are going to be starting with the starting pitching. Now you're going to be seeing I'm going to show you guys these contracts, and you're going to be seeing why the salary for this team is so high because I'll be flashing it on the screen right now. And look at that. Did you see that number? $508 million salary cap. It's crazy. The random number generator was not kind. And on some of the characters it was also not kind with the stats. But here we go. We got our first pitcher. He's our ace, Darryl Ramsey. He's 33. He's 6 foot, 185 pounds. He's got a good overall, but his potential is not great. He throws pretty hard. He's got pretty good break. He's got a really good walk per 9, decent K per 9, and he's got the stamina. But his contract is small. It's $2.2 million, and he will only be here for potentially only 1 year, because after this year, he will be hitting free agency. Pitcher number 2, created Carlos Hernandez. He's 23. He's 6 foot. He's 173 pounds. He's got 8 potential and a 79 overall, with him being only 23, as you see there, like I said before. He's got a lot of room to grow. He's got great breaking stuff. He doesn't throw too hard, though. His home run and K per 9 are really good. He's got good stamina. And we're looking at his contract. It's 4 years, and it's super cheap at $375,000. We got a good, decent contract with him over the long term. Next up, our first female created, Carly Spears. She is 28, 5'7", 171 pounds. She's from New Jersey. I don't know why I specifically said where she's from. But she is at 79 overall. She's got B potential. See there, she's got 5 pitches. She throws pretty hard. She's got great break. She's got a really good walk per 9. She's got decent stamina too. And her contract is she's also only a 1 year. She will potentially be a free agent at the end of the season, but she's making $13.7 million. Yeah, that's starter number 3. Starter number 4, we got Regina George from Mean Girls. She is 20 years old, 5'8", 164 pounds. She's only got a 65 overall, but she's got a potential at a young age, so she definitely has room to grow. But she does have some very glaring problems that you see there. The hit per nine and home run per nine are not really great. She's got great break, great strikeout stuff. Doesn't look like she's gonna walk a lot of people. Got a lot of stamina, but she's gonna be giving up a lot of hits and a lot of home runs. I see in this series. And her contract is 10 years, but it's a very cheap contract. Thank you, random number generator. At only a $1.4 million per year for 10 years. So she will be here for the entirety of this series, hopefully. Starting pitcher number 5, John Beaver. He is 5'10", 188 pounds. He's 19. He is 63 overall. He's got beat potential, so it's good. He's a knuckleballer, too. He throws pretty hard. He's got really good break. But overall, except for his home runs per nine and his stamina, everything you can see is pretty below average. He's got really good fielding for a pitcher. So, being, again, young with that potential, we hope he grows. And for the series, he's got a 7-year, $31.5 million. So he is our first big contract. It's a long contract. It's big. So we hope he can become really good with that contract to make him worth the money. But that is starting pitcher. That is not one of ours. I'll delete that. Okay, on to the final starting pitcher created. We have all the way down here at the bottom, Sean McGregor. I don't really need to go into it. You can see his stats. You can see his overall. You can see his potential. He's not going to be here, hopefully, long. But he might be because he's a 44 overall and his contract is 5 years, $24.7 million. Thank you, random number generator. Thank you. All right, moving on to the relief pitchers. We got 5 of them. First, we got Jordan Michael. He's 25. He's got a 73 overall, but he's got, again, deep potential. He's 5'10", 193 pounds. He's got pretty okay stats. He's not the hardest thrower. He doesn't have the greatest break. He doesn't strike out a lot of people. But thankfully, we got him a sinker baller because his hits per nine are pretty good. He won't give up many walks or home runs. So he will definitely be a ground ball pitcher for this team. And his contract, he's got 1 year of arbitration left. And this year he'll be making $20.3 million. Moving on to pitcher number 2. We got Hunter Marks. Because I'm a fan of D&D and it felt like it fit. He is 24. He's 6'4", 205 pounds. He's got a C potential, 58 overall. He's got pretty decent velocity, but his fastball only tops out at 88. He's got great break, though. He also will not be striking out a lot of people, but he will not walk or give up home runs, but he will give up hits. It looks like in this series for the first year. And he got a 10-year, $11.4 million contract. Next up, we have Dave Quinn. He is 20 years old. He is 5'10". He is 168 pounds. His overall is 57, but he's got A potential. He throws hard. He's got good break. He'll strike out a lot of people, but he'll give up a lot of walks, a fair amount of home runs. But, again, he's young. He's got that A potential. So we are hoping he shines through and becomes a good relief pitcher for us. His contract is looking like 2 years before his second renewal. He's 2 years, $40 million. Yeah. All right, moving on. That was 3. This is 4. We have Harley Pickles. She is 19. She is 5'6", 154 pounds. 56 overall, but with B potential, she's got room to grow. She is going to give up some walks. She's going to give up some home runs, but she can strike out at a decent rate. Looks like her hit per 9 will be good. She's got pretty good break, okay velocity. She's more of a breaking ball pitcher, as you can see there. No real straight fastball. But her contract is looking like it's 10 years, $14.5 million. That's what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, our last pitcher. No, that's not him. Where is he? Oh, here he is. And finally, our last pitcher, as you can start to see our jerseys now, is Gregor Winston. He's got V potential. He throws hard, and he's not going to walk a lot of people. But you see the overall, you see the age. He's not going to get too much better throughout the series. And his contract is 8 years, $10.6 million. Finally, our final relief pitcher, Hannah Watkins, the closer, or Hannah Walker, the closer. I don't know why I said wrong. Cut. And finally, our last bullpen pitcher, our closer, Hannah Walker. She's 26, 60 overall, C potential. She throws pretty hard. She's got good break. She's going to walk a lot of people. Might give up more than average home runs, but she's got great strikeout numbers. We're looking at a 7-year, $9.7 million contract. And now we move on to our first position player, the catcher, Joe Vaughn. That's right. He is a 75 overall, C potential, 30 years old. He's got 99 fielding. He's going to be a Gold Glove hitter. You can see his hitting stats are pretty good. You're going to be noticing a theme, though, specifically with left-handed batters. When it comes to contact and power left, they're usually, for some reason, the random number generator just gave them better numbers. He's also really, really good at bunting, as you can see there. And we're looking at his contract, $5.5 million, who will be a free agent after this season. We'll get more. I've been saying that a few times. We're going to get a little bit more into that after I show you the players to finish up the video. Our second catcher we created is Stan Waters. He's 25, 54 overall, but he's got A potential. He has got also great bunting. He is got really, really good contact against left-handed batters. Got average pop against right-handed batters, but he is definitely the backup catcher. He is not great at fielding at all. And we're looking at his contract. We're looking at 6 years, $14.7 million. So he's good, but he's worth a bit. Don't know what we're going to do with him. Next up, we got first baseman. We've got one of our better guys. We got Clutch McGee. He's 6'5", 213 pounds. He's an 80 overall. He's got A potential. He's 26. His fielding and speed stats, as you can see, not great, but he is durable. He is clutch, hence his name. He's got 97 clutch. Again, you see there, left-handed batter. Contact and power left is better than contact and power right. He's got great vision. He's going to get on base a lot. He's got good discipline. He might not strike out a lot. And he's working with a 2-year, $6.3 million contract. So he will be a free agent in 2 seasons. So we'll have to deal with that. Next up, we got the rookie, Speedy McDaniel. He is also 6'5", 216 pounds. He is 19. He's a switch hitter. He's a 70 overall with B potential. You see there, his fielding and his arm is great. He's got great speed. He's got pretty good clutch, pretty good discipline. He's got good contact and power versus right. And you can see there, because of his speed, I gave him the secondary position of left and right field. So we'll probably stick him into left field, because when we get there, you'll see why. He'll probably be the starting left fielder, at least against right-handed pitching. Next, we move on to second baseman, We got Joanna Becker. She's 20 years old. She is 5'2", 139 pounds. She's a 76 overall with C potential. She is a pretty decent fielder. She's got some decent speed. She's great at drag bunting. Her vision and discipline are not great, but her batting numbers are good. Her contact versus and power versus lift specifically are really good. Now she is looking at a 8-year, $40 million contract. Yeah, let's hope she plays up to that. Next, we have Carla Quinn. She is 22, 5'4", 155 pounds. She can play all over the infield. She's got really good fielding, not a great arm. She's got good fielding. She's got decent speed. Her steal is all the way up. Her clutch is pretty good. She's got good power against righties, but that's about it. And her contract is looking like just 1 year, $21.6 million for this year before the contract renewal next year. All right, moving to third baseman, we got Burger McDonald, one of our star offensive players. He is 19. He is 6'4", 233 pounds. He can play all over the infield. He'll probably be our starting shortstop. You'll see why here in a sec when we get to them. But he's an 87 overall, C potential. He's got decent speed, decent fielding. He's really durable. His clutch, discipline, vision, all good. His contact and power versus with right-handers, really good. It definitely goes down against left-handed pitchers. But he's one of our offensive stars. Hopefully we'll get to keep him throughout the entire series. And he's looking at a contract of, we will. He's 10 years, $24.4 million. I forgot about that. So he should be a staple in the middle of the lineup for this series. Next up, our other star third baseman, Riley Tall. Because she is 6'10" at the age of 22. She's got an 85 overall with a B potential. She's got decent speed and steal. She's got good fielding. She's not as durable as Burger, but she can bunt a little better. Her clutch, discipline, and vision also not as great as Burger, but her hitting is definitely even better than Burger because maybe her contact against right-hander is low, but her power is at 98. Contact and power versus left are really good. She is hopefully also going to be one of the staples of this series because she also has a 10-year contract worth $16.5 million, so a little cheaper. So right now, unless they have really bad seasons later on, we have at least two of our middle of the lineup order people in Riley Tall and Burger McDonald. And now to shortstop, to show you why Burger McDonald is probably going to play shortstop, because our best shortstop we created was Ronald Westchester. He is 34, 5'10", 198 pounds. He's a 64 overall with B potential. He's got good speed, good steal. He's durable. He's got great bunting, and his contact versus right-handed hit pitching is almost maxed out. So he will definitely be not a starter, but he will definitely be a late game put on base for a slower runner if I need a steal or if I just need someone to get a base hit to score a run. He will definitely be a late inning guy. And his contract is 2 years, $19.6 million. Next up on the shortstop list is Wes Powers. He can bunt, and he's got a good eye, and his power against lefties is pretty decent. But everywhere else, as you can see, 47 overall, deep potential. Don't need to talk about it because his contract is even worse at 6 years, $12.4 million. On to left fielders. We first have, this is why Speedy McDaniel will probably be at least starting left fielder against righties, because our best is Bartholomew Globenstein. He is 34, 6'5", 196 pounds. He's a 64 overall with B potential. He's got speed. He can bunt. He's durable. He can kind of hit. It's average. He's got a good clutch. I don't know what we would do with him. And his contract is, he'll be a free agent at the end of the season. But his contract this year is $26.3 million. Next up, our other left fielder, Alice Bowles. Now you look at the overall, you look at the potential, you look at the speed and fielding, you'd be like, well, Sharky Boy, what are you gonna do with her? With the hitting numbers you see over there on the left, the contact versus right and left, and at least power versus right, she's probably gonna be our DH. She's got really good hitting numbers. Everywhere else is bad, but she is probably gonna be the DH because I like those hitting numbers. I think she'll be good at DH is what I'm looking at here. I like the DH spot. Like I said, she's 25 for 130. Her contract 8 years, $4.2 million. So if it doesn't work out at DH, it's a movable contract. I mean, it would have to be for a D-rated prospect, but we can definitely move it. Moving on to probably the most star-studded position on our team now, the center fielder. Because even though we got Burger McDonald and Riley Tall, they're just two of the three offensive stars. Because the top of the line offensive star and the star of the team is our starting center fielder, Veronica Mars. That's right. She is a 99 overall. Thank you, random number generator. She's got B potential. She's only 23, 5'8", 158 pounds. And as you can see, I don't even need to get into the numbers because you can see them on the board. She is just an absolute star. The star of this team. And contract-wise, she is going to be here for the majority of it and hopefully all of the series. She's got an 8-year, $12.3 million contract. And next up, our more than likely starting right fielder, because again, you'll see here in a sec, Freya Allen. She is 29, 80 overall, A potential. She's a switch hitter. She's got good fielding, got good speed, got good clutch. She's got great power. Not the best contact, though. But that power is just really good. She's got great vision. A little below average discipline. But she is another star in that outfield. And we're looking at a 8-year, $1.7 million contract. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Finally, we go to right field. Why Freya Allen will be starting in right field? Because our best starting right fielder is Cannon Arm. He's 20. He's got A potential. He's only a 58 overall right now. He's got okay speed, but as you can see, he's got an arm, accurate, all the power. He can bunt. He's got okay hitting stats against right-handed hitting or pitching, but left-handed is not great. And we're working at a 3-year, $38.8 million contract. And the final character we created, waste baskets. We're just, you can see why I named him waste baskets, because he's just not great. I'm sorry. And his contract is $26.5 million with 2 years left of arbitration. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the team. Now, there are a few things I want to go over. The reason I showed you the contract is because I would like to try to keep as much as the team the first year together as possible. But with some of the contracts and some of just the potential of some of the higher overall guys, I might throw them on the trade block just to see what we can get. Because as you can see on the screen now, our team ranked is 29th overall out of 30 teams. Pitching is 29th, defense is 29th, contact is 20th, and power is 13th, which is good. And speed is good at 3rd, but there's going to be a lot of work to do with this team. So the first year, I would like to try to keep as many as them on the team as possible before, drafting and making trades, which hopefully when we get there, I will live stream those segments, hopefully, for you guys, just to have fan involvement if I get fans here. And finally, I want to ask you guys' perspective out there in the comments about contract extensions, because like I showed earlier, team salary is worth $508 million. There's a lot of money we're gonna have to shed. But in terms of contract extensions, I would like the comment section's input, because even with all of that money and salary, I go say here to make an offer. I can offer him a lot of money, and I can do it for every one of our creative players, as you can see, because those are the only ones that matter, not the ones that are still on this team. Like this guy, I don't know who you are. You're a real player. I should trade you immediately. But what do you want me to do with them? Because right now I could sign them and it would be done. But I know in real life, that's not how it works. Because I've spent 26 minutes talking and not even tell you how I'm going to do this series. I guess I will after this. So, comments, just let me know what you want to do. Do you want me to play it realistic? Like maybe some guys say they want to sign early, some say they want to wait. And also, on that about the realism, I want to make this series as real feeling as possible, which means that I'm going to produce these videos as if it was an actual live game. I'm not going to talk like this over it. I'm going to go through and I'm going to record the game. And then I'm going to come over as a broadcast, hopefully with maybe some friends if they want to help, but bring you a broadcast feel game. Because I see all these other people and, they play with the little PCI thing and they only show moments. I want this series to feel as real as possible. So we're not going to be playing every game. We're going to only be playing important games and mostly road games unless there's a pitching matchup I like at home stadium. So like as you saw, we have a knuckleballer on the team in John Beaver. So if we're match up against San Diego at home and it's Walden versus John, two knuckleballers, then that seems like a fun game to play and present to you guys. So that's how I'm going to do it. I hope I get you to like the videos and subscribe. And I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to leave this up for a few days before I get into actual gameplay. I will probably beforehand just make a video getting some highlights from the players in spring training. I'll probably player lock some of the key players and hopefully get some highlights just to show you guys what they look like on the field before the first official game. But anyways, yeah, like, subscribe if you enjoy it or if you're hoping this is a good series and you like it. And I will see you in the next video, everybody. Goodbye.